Yo,
Hello, sir.
hair looks good.
All good. Hmm.
Got some participants piling in. We got Mr. Avi.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, hey, how we doing, Chase?
good to see you.
Dylan,
How are you, Abby?
good, love it. Test everything, baby. Long time.
Yep, it's been a pleasure.
Happy,
Yeah, last
happy.
time I saw you was in New York, right?
We did.
Yeah,
It's
it was
been
at
a
one
while.
of our hosted events. Yeah, I remember
Yep.
that. Good times. Yeah, we love hosting. We usually do them like I don't know. We host like every other month, I'd say, just like depending on conferences and whenever things happen. But they're always good events. We always love them.
Yeah, let me know next time around. Happy to do it together with you guys.
Yep, beauty.
So we got some folks piling in here. Oh, look, Mr. Davies actually decided to deign us with his
Oh,
presence. Wow.
are those blue lights or all for style?
Both. Both
Two
options.
can be true.
Yeah, I think it was more intelligent, so I pop them on for these webinars to fool the people.
Honestly, whatever you're selling right now, I'm buying.
Um,
So everyone who's viewing, where is everyone today? Avi, are you you're in Israel today, correct?
I am.
New York? Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we got Jacksonville, Florida. We got New York. We got
Okay.
UK.
Oh,
Beautiful.
we're in New York. You guys may hear the sounds of New York outside, and I may have to mute myself as I'm talking, but
Vancouver.
yeah, there's a lot of direct sounds of New York as I do these.
Minnesota. Austin. That's
Ronkonkoma. I'm a Long Island guy myself. I grew up. I went to Lynbrook High School.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
so
Conley,
I'm
Oakland.
more of a Nassau County kind of guy.
Yeah.
Cairo.
Cairo. Nice.
Anybody in any places in Canada where it's heavily snowing right now, like us?
No, just we just got Vancouver right now.
Nice.
Raining there.
Colorado, Toronto.
Cheryl from Vancouver.
We got Toronto as well.
Dylan, you get a fresh fade there?
It did.
Very
I just told him, I was like, man, you're
Yeah,
looking,
you dapper.
yeah.
I'm a couple pounds down. I'm back in the training season. Honestly, like it's funny, like the correlation of I need a haircut to it looks like you dropped like 6 pounds when you
Oh,
know
dude.
it grows to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
don't
very
even
different.
talk to me about it. Like, why do you think I have this hat on besides
Yeah.
usual? Just got to keep
I mean, because it's an awesome hat that everyone on this call would
that actually
have.
is the real reason. I've sewn it to my head at this point.
Yeah.
Um, well, I know we got a good amount of people here. More people will trickle in over time. Um, Sean and Taylor have done these with us, but Avi, this is your first time. I would love for you to give like a quick 30 on you and pretty damn quick. Just for everybody, we're gonna do some stuff a little bit differently this time. You're gonna send us your pages or your websites, and we're gonna go through one of the pages that you sent, and then we're gonna go out through checkout, and Avi is gonna give us some of his expertise on checkout, and then we're all gonna challenge each other on saying that, he doesn't know what he's talking about and we're smarter than him. So it's gonna be a pleasure. But Avi, you want to give us a quick one on PDQ and then yourself?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Chase. Dylan, Taylor, Sean, great to be together with this A team. And I'm looking forward. This is going to be a great experience. Somehow I feel like there should be a big timer on the screen. Like I get this feeling of it's Jeopardy. You're going to throw it up and you're going to have to respond quickly. I
100%.
guess it helps a little bit to provide some context, background. My background, starting up companies my whole life, pretty much right out of college, mostly technology companies. Took a break, opened up a brewery, met COVID, and suddenly I was processing hundreds of orders a day, some days over 1,000 orders on a Shopify platform, and really traumatized because I wasn't able to keep up with them. Customers were complaining about delivery. Where's my delivery? Orders were getting messed up. And fundamentally, I took a step back and said, it feels like there's an opportunity here to create an Amazon-like experience for Shopify brands. First my own, and then ultimately for others. And what does that mean? Amazon, we know, has really coined this concept of the delivery experience. You know that they promise what they deliver on that promise. No one walks into a Amazon store buying stuff and looking over their shoulder saying, am I really going to get this? Am I going to get scammed? When am I going to get it? What's it going to cost? What happens if it doesn't come? But on Shopify, more frequently than not, that's the case. And we realize that it's easier for Amazon to do because they own the entire data stack. So when Betty picks up that iPhone case and Joey they know that Joey in Kansas City is going to deliver it on Wednesday at 5 o'clock because they have all the data available to them. They know who's packing it, what box is going into, which warehouses it's located in. All of that data is in one place. Unfortunately for Shopify, Shopify brands, you don't have that. So what's going to end up happening is you walk into the store, you buy something, and they don't know who's going to fulfill it, when's it going to get fulfilled, how's it going to get shipped. All that information is missing. So we began solving the problem by bringing the data together. We had to connect to all the delivery companies, connect to 3PLs, provide a self-fulfillment platform. And what we ended up with is a platform that we call Pretty Damn Quick that handles everything, beginning with the delivery promise when a customer first enters the store on the product display page, clearly presenting the delivery promise when they're going to get it, continuing that in checkout with the delivery times and delivery options that make sense and build trust and confidence to get that customer over the finish line. And then once the order comes in, to continue that process all the way through delivery and tracking and integrations with your support platform or your email platform. So it's been a fun journey, and I'd say there's so many learnings, not the least of which is that logistics really is tough and it's hard to figure this stuff out. They say after death, moving, and taxes, logistics is a close fourth, but so much of it informs and influences the buying decisions of customers. We know that there's such a high abandon rate on checkout as a result of the fact that customers don't have that trust and confidence. And think about all the money that's left on the table as a result. So we've been on this mission, first for ourselves in our brewery, and ultimately now for all e-commerce brands on Shopify, to provide a platform that not only gives you the options to test different ways of communicating delivery and using all the information available to you about when the product's going to get delivered, but having it all built on an A/B testing platform so that whatever we do, we're not just assuming that it's going to move the needle in the right direction, but let's do price sensitivity testing. Most folks who come up with a shipping price on their websites, how much do you charge for shipping? Typically, they'll look at a competitor's site, and who knows where the competitor got it from. So we try and use data to provide the optimum shipping experience all the way through.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic.
Chase, real quick, Avi, is there a amount of revenue or sessions or something that makes it worth coming to talk to you, just so you don't get the inbox filled and have to
Yeah, that's a great question, Taylor. So a lot of it is statistical significance, right? At the end of the day, you can get to that statistical significance, which typically for us would be 5,000 sessions. You can get those. We have some brands that get that in a half a day or less. And we have folks that it can take 2-3 weeks to get done. So if it's going to be more than a few weeks to get it done, you'll still get the results. It'll just be a lot more of a slog. It'll take more time before we can optimize.
Speaking our language. You're speaking our language, Avi. I had a conversation with a client today, and they hadn't had enough engaged sessions on the platform similarly. So totally hear you on that. I think that's a big one for everyone here, just in general, is as you work through kind of some of your SaaS providers, understand the rules of engagement from them so that you don't come and say, hey, this is not working for me. It's like, well, no. They said in pretty big, bold letters, like, this is what you need to do. And these are the parameters of the engagement. And it's just a little bit more reading or ask a question. So Avi, how we do this generally is people submit their websites. We go through them and we kind of give them a breakdown on things that we've changed, things that we do, things that are good about it, things that we think are woefully underdeveloped. The build we're going to do is we're going to go through checkout on these as well and push on that. So Dylan, without
Chase, one new addition.
Yeah, hit me.
We get super excited and we
Yeah.
spend 30 minutes on one website and
Timer.
then try and race through all
Yep.
the others. So
Yeah,
get
timer.
that timer ready. What do we
Yeah.
say? 6 minute, 5, 6, 7 minutes? What's gonna be our max?
Let's do 6 minutes and call
Cool.
it there. Just
6
so it
feels
feels,
good.
yeah, 6, 5 is maybe not generous enough. We'll go 6 for the homies.
You're
so-
being super kind today,
I know,
Chase.
I know. It's a Tuesday. I have a great
Wow.
hat on, have with my friends. Like, why not? Why not?
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
So the first one we have here, I'll put it in chat again right now.
Cut. I'm just scrolling up and
Yeah,
whoever
so
got their sites
cut
up.
is number 1.
Cool. Some people
That's
are, it seems to be how we buy regulars. They know
Yeah.
to put the site before we even go.
Yeah.
So let's get this guy all together. I can remove this. We are going to flatten out the screen. Let me get rid of the Zoom guy. We will be right on here. Cool. Timer on.
All right,
Mr.
and go. Let's do it.
Mr. Brandt, Sean, co-founder of Audit, UX Master. Please share with your thoughts.
So my very first thought is, my family, I have 3 kids, all of them use weighted blankets. All 3 are different sizes. One of them is literally a strip that just goes across your stomach. One of them is full body. One is like fits the whole family. Right off the hop, I just instantly don't know how big this is.
Mm.
And I don't see the price. So instantly I'm like, well, one, how much? And then even here, $49, is it $49 for a, is this going to go across my forehead, my body, the whole family? I don't get an idea of size. I'm sure if I explore these images, I might. But even the way that it's presented on that first image being rolled up, it's a nice image, but it's tough for me to get some context of the actual size. I see the size chart button there, but honestly, I would just say in inches, whatever, 48 by 64 or whatever. Like, don't waste clicks on a size chart when it's that simple, especially if there's only one size.
Completely.
Small thing, but the first image with the 2 blankets, I know they're trying to just show color options, but there may be people that think that's a bundle of 2 as well. So maybe just calling that out or having the color change when the color selector is selected, because there is times where people are like, oh, preset bundle, I get 2 of these, just on that first viewpoint.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I see it, obviously like in CRO, we always go top down, save up to 65% with buy more, save more. This is great. Your announcement bars, although they're typically above the, this works fine, typically, although they're above the header, you always want to have a link. If you guys are looking at announcement bars, you always need to have a link in your announcement bar. Chase just gave a talk. He is crowned as the above the fold king. So I maybe I stole that one from Chase for looking above the fold, but fun fact for everyone, we've 6 trillion data points at heatmap.com. How many people do you think, drop it in the chat, what percentage of users do you think see below the average fold? Let's see if anyone on here, but I'm curious. I'm going to open up the chat. What percentage?
I make up this data point all the time, and now I'm excited to hear what it is.
10%, 50%, 20%, 30%.
10, 50,
Dylan,
20.
should we give the person who gets it right, the first person who gets it right, a hat?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh,
Everyone
boom, boom.
Yeah,
Okay.
boom, boom. If you guys want one of those awesome hats that Chase is repping anywhere in the world, we will mail it. If you guys are closest to who sees just above the fold. 5%, 15, 20, 10, 25, 20, 30, 20, 50. Anyone else? 4%, 15, final answer. Okay. Haley, last minute jump in. Whoever Haley is, congratulations. You just won a free hat of heatmap.com. It is super hot. It is proven to increase your conversion rate, increase your revenue per session the second you put it on. So congratulations, you just won. Chase, DM Haley.
Yep.
Haley has won.
You just have to pay for shipping and duties.
Yeah, exactly. It's about a $200 hat. So maybe we'll keep it at like $199 for him.
Well,
her.
speaking of shipping and duties, right? So
Yeah.
we don't have any sense of what the cost is going to be. There's free shipping on every order, right? But there's no delivery promise. So I have no idea when I'm getting this item. And also, they're probably leaving a bunch of money on the table by offering free shipping to everybody. You don't necessarily need to offer everybody free shipping.
Yep,
That's-
that's a big thing I tell a lot of people, which is people are used to paying for shipping. Why not gamify? I'm sure everyone here has seen like the buy 15%, get this off 20, certain amounts like to do in the cart. I've seen some awesome audit reports where they actually do go ahead and do that, which it's a great tactic. It improves AOV. I always like to say AOV is like free money. Like you can say that about most metrics, but if it costs, the acquisition cost is, $20 and it's $50 versus they buy $60, that's like really free money.
Yeah.
So being able to get more per unit, but also shipping is another way to get more per unit.
So guys, we're at about 1 minute. Let's go into the buy now. So we did a couple things here. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, it's a slide out. Standard Shopify.
Yeah, this looks like an out the box Shopify.
Yeah, out the
But
box
this is
Shopify.
actually a one-click checkout.
Yeah.
So this is not the 3-step. So something I want to say really intensely, Avi, I know you'll have opinions on the shipping, or actually if we're able to see.
You're gonna need a UK address.
Oh yeah, it's fully free. It's actually fully free on the whole store. So that doesn't
But
matter.
you'll see the
Um,
options. I mean, some of the things just quickly here is, social proof testimonials. Here I am right at the register. You can't speak to me, but you can communicate something that gives me some better sense of trust, confidence, testimonials, something to support the fact that I'm
Yeah.
going to make the purchase right now.
Fully agree. Couldn't agree more. The one thing that I will say, because this is one-click checkout, I get this question a lot actually DM'd to me on Twitter. 3-step checkout or one-page checkout? That's a big thing that a lot of people ask me about. So, Avi, I know you're, the cart guy. For me, I've formally split tested this on 7 clients. On 2 of the clients, it stayed even, if not 1 or 2% above. And I don't mean like gross, I mean like net, like a little bit.
Yeah.
5 of them went down at least 5%. I don't know if he's doing CRO at Shopify. Shopify is not a CRO company. They are a CMS. I'm not to say that one-click checkout won't be great for you. It does get less abandoned carts, it gets less collected abandoned cart details when there's just one up and down, when they have to go step by step. The other thing too of my theory is that just like listicles and advertorials, which I'm sure you guys know of, is people click on a page, they're willing to click to the next one just to get to the PDP.
Yeah.
It used to be in like 2016, the less clicks, the better. People actually like feeling more in control nowadays, which is they're totally fine making more clicks. Totally happy with that.
Yeah.
So let's rock and roll to the next website.
Yes, we hit the timer. We hit the
talk
timer.
forever.
What's next? Great job, gents.
You tell me. Chat. Bada bing. I can scroll up. Oh, that's a lot of scrolling. Zoom. All right. Looks like Emma Mama.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is from John Chen.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first off, by the way, using cash back, that's another way to increase AOV. If you guys use Fondue or anything else, instead of using a discount code, using cash back, it's getfondue.com. Not an investor, not associated, just someone who's made a lot of money because of it. So great work on this. Also, actually love this pop-up. The fact that there's multiple, it's personalized. Great work on that pop-up. I don't think I've ever came on and complimented a pop-up. That is the first one. So great work. Chase, above the fold king himself.
This image is really big. I think this can be reduced. We don't kind of see any of the information below to get to a purchasing moment. So I think this is, we could probably reduce this by 35%, so that those options to be able to scroll through the image gallery are available. Also some sizing. So like, look, this is image gallery and then colors and then sizes before we actually get to like we're almost going to have 1.5 to 2 breakpoints before we get to the add to cart. And so I would maybe fold these sizes and these colors into drop downs. I'll make these images in the image gallery a little bit smaller as well. I think the free shipping on order. So one thing this is maybe I might be wrong here. People might not like this. First, there's a line break here. Don't love that. You're adding extra space. So 2 lines, absolutely no on all announcement bars. Second thing, free shipping for me is something that just goes kind of near the purchasing moment. It's not something that should be around here. This is not a really unique USP for it. Like you could put that here and it would have the exact same amount of impact, and you're essentially just killing yourself in terms of actually getting people to a purchasing moment. So TLDR, remove this announcement bar completely unless you're going to have something that has some sort of impact on the sale. I would reduce the size of this. I think you could probably bring, so you have the price and the ratings up here. I have not seen it done that way. You guys have looked at more websites than me, so I would probably bring these down closer to the actual add to cart. And then this everyday transitional maternity smoked linen pant is a very long name. I don't know if there's a way to be like everyday traditional maternity pant or something like smoked linen pant. Either way, I think there's a way to essentially optimize this entire thing to get the hierarchy of information in a better place so that we can see the add to cart in the above the fold. That would be my macro thesis here. I don't know. Taylor,
Real quick
what do you think?
on the announcement bar, I think it's important to think about what page you're on and what the announcement bar is saying. I see
Yeah.
so many brands blanket an announcement bar for the whole site. What you're looking at, if you have an announcement bar on the product page, should be totally different than the home page, right? Like each page is doing a different job. The announcement bar should, be specific to that page. So just a small call out there.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's lovely. Same with pop-ups. So Chase,
Yeah.
two things to answer your question. Surprise. So number one, I actually do see this work well sometimes of the name above. The problem here though is the price and the review stars. So I've seen it actually work really well to the above the fold king to have the name. This is not prominent. So there's something called prominent text, which I'm sure Sean can nerd out about. There's a whole bunch of facets to what makes text prominent, but this is not prominent enough. It's not like, doesn't stand out, right? So I agree also, this is very, very long. But here's the thing when we just look at this image, and this is the same for hero images on landing pages, on home pages, the name hero image means that your product is the hero. Right here, are you selling this hat? Are you selling the necklace? Are you selling the shirt? When I first looked at this, I thought you were selling the shirt. The pants are kind of here, kind of blend in with the background even, or are you selling the shoes? So I have no idea here. So I'm not saying you should zoom in and, have an image like this, but something like this is really incredible. I don't think that should be the hero image, but this is something that gives a very clear thing that you're not selling this shirt, you're selling these pants. So what I would do at a bare minimum is take this one. If we looked at heatmap.com data, I'm sure this one would be lit up with sales, that when people click this guy right here, I would at least bare minimum make this the second one, because this is great as well, but also, are you selling the shirt, the headband, like you're not sure. So make sure the hero image and product image pops, like really for what it is. So let's go through here quickly. We see these, anyone want to comment on this buy box section that we're seeing here? Taylor, you've been
Yeah, I would say that if you can fit some of those like key, product attributes above that add to cart, maybe it's 3 bullet points of this product in particular, instead of having to go deeper down. That works if it's not going to push, add to cart too far down. So thinking of a clever way in design hierarchy to put, what it's made out of, or whatever your frequently asked questions, or, things that sell that product, just those, key things above, and then additional information can be below in a drop down or whatever. But it's not likely people are going to read that entire paragraph underneath to get the information they need. So bringing it a little higher up is probably important.
I think it's also pretty clever for them to write true to pre-pregnancy size, not an obvious thing.
Yeah, that's a really nice touch. I love that. Let's jump into cart. Sean, I've actually seen some beautiful audit reports in cart. What are you seeing here? And then we'll go to checkout.
So I'm just making it bigger. So very first thing, this is like I don't know why Shopify, there's so many shop places that do this, but you never, ever, ever want the remove button or delete button of a product anywhere near the close cart button. These two are so close together. If I go to reach to close the cart and keep shopping, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to accidentally hit that delete button and delete the product. You've instantly just made a barrier for the customer, and there's a very good chance they're not adding it to cart again because it's super annoying. So just having that remove button, like between the quantity selector and price, or just honestly not having it, and like the negative selector does the same thing. You're giving them so many options for buttons to click here, and you're giving them 2 buttons to delete the product. It's like, why? There's absolutely no reason to motivate them and give them more reasons to remove it. So in this case, I would just hide that button completely. And then the other part that I would say here is they're making the upsell of a $29 shirt, which great little upsell. However, that upsell would trigger free shipping, right?
Yeah.
It would come over that $100.
Yeah.
It's motivating to add products to cart. It's way more motivating to add products to cart and unlock free shit, right? It should be telling them that it's $85 or $29 or whatever, plus free shipping, unlocks free shipping. And then when they add it, hit them with like a nice little notification, like a little color banner. Hey, you've unlocked free shipping. You're trying to motivate them to do these things, not just, hey, put more shit in cart because we want you to.
So I think this is a really important one. When you're selling your product, sell your product. When you're trying to close the deal, use whatever means necessary to close the deal, i.e. like your product should be the thing that gets people into the cart. These extra add-ons should be the thing that actually drives them through to the purchasing moment. And so I think that add-on or that build you're talking about here, Sean, is really great. But I just had that kind of light bulb moment listening to you. It's like, okay, if we take all that announcement bar banner shit that we're regularly talking about and just pump all of that into, hey, they've already shown intent, now let's get them across the finish line, then there's much different outcomes that come out of that. So I really like that. We got the time on this one, but go let's go an extra 30 seconds and then we can go to the next one.
It's a very different. Sorry.
You go for it, Sean.
I was just going to say, like, I always compare e-com to retail because there's so many similarities. And like, this is literally the area in the retail store where you've got it in the cart, you're standing at the till, you've already committed to buying it. You know, if I'm at a clothing store and I go, you know, or Target, let's say it's an easier example, and they're selling me gum and chocolate bars and water, those are upsells. They're not upselling more pairs of pants at the till because it's really fucking hard to sell those things at the till, right? I need more info. I need to see it. The image here is the size of my thumbnail, literally. And I'm not going to buy a pair of pants based on a thumbnail. I'm going to have to click through to the product, go to the product page, take me out of the cart. So now I'm turning around my cart and going back to the store. Like, you're just ruining the purchase experience. So like what you're selling needs to be so strategic, right? If this shirt pairs perfectly with it, my size is pre-selected based on the pants, like there's a way it works. But for me, it's upsell should be exactly that. Like in retail, it's an upsell. It's something I can just not even think about, throw in the cart, not another product at the same price.
Yep. Yeah, you nailed it. First off, 2 side comments. Number one, I've never heard you that passionate on a how we buy before, and your Canadian was showing. Those O's got really long.
He's
That was
passionate today.
awesome.
Just a forewarning, he's
So-
passionate today, so be ready.
Let's go check out. So right off the bat, I'll jump in. Venmo Pay, I've looked at Click Maps and Heat Maps. Literally no one buys on Venmo Pay. You guys can go check your stats and get rid of it. It should just be Shop Pay, PayPal, and Google Pay. And actually Apple Pay should be there for people with iPhones. I actually use Apple Pay as a user. Doesn't mean everyone does, but swap Venmo for Apple Pay and thank me later. That's something in checkout. But Avi, we're looking here. Looks just like standard as well. Let me. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
pop something in.
Everyone's gonna get. I'm gonna give you guys my old address. I don't live here anymore. If anyone's watching, what are your
Yeah, so
thoughts?
this is interesting, right? So you got standard seems to be the premium here because it tells you when you're getting it, but faster, they don't tell you when you're getting it, but you get tracking. Now, don't you want tracking even if you order standard? The meaning. So here I am. I'm ready to pull the trigger, but now I'm confused because I don't know which one to choose. You know, on the one hand, I want it between Monday and Tuesday, but I also want tracking. This is like classic confusion that's so unnecessary, that's so easy to clear up and offer these options the way they are now. The pricing seems reasonable, but I don't know what I'm paying faster for. Monday seems reasonably fast. Does faster mean faster than Monday? And in all likelihood, I'll stop now, I'll chat, and I'll say, okay, I'm ready to go faster. When am I getting it? And they won't be able to tell you. So here, everything starts unraveling in this tiny little part of the site. You got me to the register. I'm handing you my credit card. I just want to know, when am I getting it? And it's like, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure about what to tell you. So this is really, for me, the most heartbreaking place. Every time I look at these sites and they're beautiful and everything's been thought out, and you get here and this is the moment and you've lost it.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I've never really thought about that before, because why would tracking not be on standard as well? Like, that's such a lost sale. I've never seen that in an exact example. That's brilliant, well thought out. Great point. I think it's time, Chase, that we are on our next one, correct?
Yes, sir.
Woody Socks. Cool. This is a homepage. Let's breeze on through this one. Homepage is usually faster for us.
We just sent his audit out.
Oh, you did?
Jason's on the call here. He's an awesome guy. So
Awesome. Well, out of love, let's do a fast one. I don't want to contradict any audit stuff. If you want to
I'll
put
give her. Everything's open for
All
test,
day.
though. You know, there's no right answers until he tests, right?
all right. I guess I'll let it rip. Well, first off, I just want a thumbs up if these are all audit approved things. Number one, this is way too big. We need this navigation half the size. Is that a thumbs up from audit in the audit?
Yeah, we actually reformatted his logo to be a horizontal version for this so that we could fix that. Yeah.
Beauty. Done. No headline. Big problem. Cool.
Yeah.
Aligned with audit. Shop collections. These are 1x1s. These need to be 2x2 grids of shop bestseller and these ones here in each of the collections tiles. Is that an audit recommendation?
It always is. It's either 2x2 or these should be at least half the height if you're gonna have 1x1.
Good call. We're looking at these. Yeah, there's just so many here. So literally all this homepage is no headline. And here's a bunch of types of socks we sell and a footer, which is actually way too high.
I think social proof is just one of those things that, you know, every brand needs and you hear it so much, but in this case, I get no context of how many different products they have. I get no context of how many sales they've had. I have no context of really anything. Like it just feels like I'm the first customer, which is always terrifying, right? No one wants to be the guinea pig. So I think any type of social proof here is going to be beneficial.
Yep. And again, on the free shipping, right? It's also a little odd that I click on free shipping for orders above 60. The link you sent me to, these are not 60. So also it's a little confusing the fact that you have these on some of them, but you don't have, or you only have one on some of them, which is a little odd. So I don't know why these are dancing around a bit. Might be just a desktop thing, but
yeah. Avi, question for you on this. So we just went to a free shipping above 60 page. I'm sure you guys think about this a lot, which is like, how do we, if we're using that as a kind of a unique selling proposition, do you guys push people to start bundling if they come to these kind of pages, to have like preset bundles to hit those shipping targets?
So like you were saying earlier, the idea of the free shipping on orders, this has to be over $60 so that anybody in that frame of mind is going to have it. But the bundling concept, you're not going to dynamically start putting socks together. Right? This is something that's pretty personalized. I mean, you're not going to mix and match socks to hit the number. So that's also what's a little bit strange to me. Is I'm coming to the site because there's something particular I'm looking at. I'm not going to start bundling random things just to make my free shipping threshold.
Yeah.
Cool. Last thing, and then we'll rock and roll. I'd assume that this will
let's do the
have
card.
standard Yeah, all standard, nothing unique here. So I don't think we have too much of a need. Avi, you already brought up that beautiful point
Just,
before.
did we look
Give a
at,
card,
did we
Dylan?
look at just, I'm curious how they ship. Throw an address in.
I no longer live here. This is where I used to live.
I'm spamming
Oh,
you.
wow. Here's another great one. So I can either have a standard shipping or an insured shipping. It's amazing how often this comes up. Like, what am I choosing? Is this a different delivery time? And why, everything, this should be a checkbox, right? The most obvious thing is,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
choosing between standard shipping and insured shipping. So I'm already slightly confused. Just make that a checkbox. And also, if you're talking to me a lot about insurance, I'm getting a little nervous about what kind of shipping method you're using. Like, what's the likelihood of me losing it? Maybe using words like protection or added protection. Don't make it sound like what it is, but you, especially for people buying this kind of item, you're leaving money on the table by not offering anything express. Give me something, give me another option. Yeah, you have it, I'm willing to pay for it. Why not let me choose?
I think
Yeah,
one question, more of a question comment, Avi. The other thing here is like, I'm always an advocate of like less decision points if you can, because less decision points means faster checkout, which usually means higher conversion. And in this case, I look at this as a consumer and think, well, how fucking often are you losing my packages,
Yeah.
right? Like, if I'm a small brand or even a big brand, it's got to be max 1 out of 100, right? So it should just be part of my policy as a small brand selling $20 socks to say, if you lose my package, I'm just going to ship you a new one because we care about the customer experience. And so does insured shipping really matter? Like, the brand should be taking care of that, right? If I email them and they lost my package, I don't expect an email back being like, oh, sorry, you didn't have insured shipping. Shit out of luck. Here's a link to buy again. Like, that's a bad experience. So for me, the option shouldn't even be here. It should just say shipping is
Yeah.
5.7.
So, there are companies that have made a lot of money just offering this shipping to brands, and without naming them. It is a concept, but I think you do also need to A/B test it. Maybe
Yeah.
for $1, people would be willing to pay for it, but when it costs almost twice what I'm paying in shipping, the flags you mentioned, Sean, are definitely raised. And by
Yeah.
the way, there was something there I wanted to call out. There's a discount field in checkout, right? Which is also like a huge no-no, because here I am, you're telling me that I have the opportunity to get a discount. Maybe I should go search on the web, and let me take a look if I can find it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I do it every time.
Dude,
And I
down
throw in
another
like
rabbit
6 to
hole.
7.
Oh, socks,
absolutely.
discounts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's a big mistake to have it out there like that, because I feel like I need to fill it out. If anything, make it a plus, expandable field. And
Yeah.
so this is another one-step checkout, which, as I mentioned, if you're on a 3-step checkout, the discount is in the first step, which is literally 2 pages removed from when they're putting in their information to buy. So another great point. Cool, let's rock and roll. I think we're still going over our timers, but we just love this stuff. Sweet. Well, we're making good progress, way longer than usual.
Hey, one note here, Dylan, from Haynes. He says, for M. Taylor, heads up, we're not on Shopify. We're currently trying to drive people to download rather than check out on the web.
Okay,
Just-
cool. So downloads are what's important. So our conversion event here is to download. I'm curious just what this looks like. Does this go to like an app store? Does this stay in store? It's also taking a lot of time.
Maybe because you're not on a mobile device.
Yeah, that totally could be.
The link won't work in the mobile view on desktop because it's a custom thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's just go through as if it's mobile.
Just one
First off-
comment.
Ooh.
More of a question for you, Dylan. I'm always shitting on carousels. From a data standpoint, what do you see with carousels?
Shit on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep doing
Very
so, 'cause I
bad.
just-
Yeah. Yeah. This is like Gladiator, man. Like, definite thumbs down. They're done in the arena.
Can you click through the carousel just to see what the other ones are? So
Same
the main reason I'm always talking about it is, for me, carousels come down to a result of indecision from the leadership team or the team building the site, right? They couldn't agree on what to put, so they're like, we'll do all three. And unfortunately, most templates allow this. But like in this case, they literally all say the same thing in different ways, so it's even worse. If these all said three different things, then it would be a task of saying, okay, which is our actual primary and which ones should be different sections down the page.
Yeah.
But I think in this case, it's like, decide your primary headline, your primary offering, show some social proof. I know M. Taylor's been around a long time, but you're not a household name yet. Very few brands are, so it's important.
I didn't know M. Taylor was around for a while.
I think they have been.
No. I'm saying, like, even if they are, I have no clue.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, well said. Yeah, so typically, if you think about it, would you rather me say, yeah, there's 3 reasons you should buy from us? You know, we're like, as an agency, right? Like I sold my CRO agency, like, you know, we're really good at what we do. We get good results. We communicate well, and we hit our timeline targets. Those are 3 different reasons to buy, which are 3 different value propositions. Each of these sliders are a value proposition. There's only one value proposition that matters the most to customers. Make one bold image here. That's it. That's your value proposition. Do your customer research, get customer feedback surveys, and just plaster it here with nothing to question. So that's kind of confirming the rationale, less so on the business side, but more so on the CRO side of why that's necessary. For another thing too, button text, a lot of people say doesn't matter, but it actually does tremendously. Download app to get started. I still don't know what the perfect fit from your phone means. If I'm on mobile, I'm already on my phone. So that's actually very confusing, because like I'm holding my phone and it's like the perfect fit from your phone. That's a website. So that's what I would really dive into here, which is like, you know, whether it's you're designing, whether you're like customizing, like again, find what word with your customer research is actually going to make a difference. So it's like, customize your perfect outfit without going on the internet, something like that. So it's like staying on your phone, they're already looking on their phone. So that's a big thing too. And download, I might even say free app. I don't know if this app costs money, but saying download free app might actually help. You know, download free app to get started. Yeah, but get started on what? I don't really know what I'm doing still. So I would say download app to start, you know, designing or something like that, to like give them something to go do. Cause like, you know, it's like
measure yourself in our app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Super clear here, because this is one of those products I've talked to Haynes before. It's awesome and there's a magic to it, but you have to get somebody to download the app to get the fit. So being as clear and as communicative as you can of like how easy it is to do it, how quick it is to do it. Because when I think downloading an app, I'm like, you know, like I got to do this and then I got to go sign up, I got to register. There's just so much afterwards. So just almost like when you go into a quiz, right? It takes 2 minutes. If you don't put that and you start somebody in a quiz, they have no idea how long it's going to take or anything. It also is a little bit of, you know, people are restrictive to do that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's a really cool product, but that's the one thing that's tough is.
Yeah, this is a rad product. I mean,
yeah.
I like this even more, right?
Yeah.
Like this is when I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, like I could like kind of like a tap card thing, all the love to tap card, but just having an app, you know, it's not the most advantageous. But this is a very special value proposition. So what I would say here is like, get the perfect sized outfit measured from your phone or something like that, because that is the true value proposition here. So this right here, like, again, don't have the motion as the hero image. This should probably be above We Believe in Custom Clothes. I would probably put that second. That's anecdotal. I would need to see what this button does in terms of conversion, because actually another fun fact, whether you're a heat map user or not, the button of a call to action actually the performance of this button actually indicates how effective this full content section is. Because they're not like if they're clicking here, those are just dead clicks. If someone is convinced by this content section, they're going to click learn more right here. So that's an important thing. So I'd be curious to see whoever's from M. Taylor, see how this button is performing. I'd imagine it's way better than this guy. So
Final thoughts from the group. Avi, did you have any call outs on this page as you were looking at it before we go to the next one?
No,
no
I think you
checkout,
guys
no
nailed it.
opinion.
You guys nailed it.
Awesome, sweet. Woody Socks, M. Taylor,
Yeah, you got here we go.
Spaze. Okay. To whoever's first off, Spaze sounds awesome. A little confusing though. So whoever owns this, do you guys send traffic directly to this collections page? I would love to know that.
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes.
do.
Okay, perfect. So one quick thing, I'll go super fast and love everyone's opinion. Number one, I actually have this in the AI coming out in heatmap.com. Literally, you cannot have more than half of your hero image inside of a collections page to be more than half the page. So automatically you're creating so much scroll debt for them to get to just their first one. And by the way, it's not in a 2x2 grid. I think that's what this it doesn't do anything for me. Maybe it's, yeah, it's just measured over, but this is what it's like on mobile. So that's number one. Number two, 40-something% of America is colorblind. That white on top of light color, you're just not going to be able to read that. It's even a little bit hard for me, and my glasses are not that bad yet. As I'm growing older though, but still in 20s. And then lastly, as I said before, these need to be 2x2 grids. Like, do that literally right after this phone call. If you do anything else, like your ROAS if your ROAS doesn't go up, you'll also win a free heatmap.com shirt for me being wrong, but it's a necessary. You will make more money immediately. So anyone else, let her rip.
Dylan, quick question on that, because we do 2x2 all the time. Is there any product that a collection should be larger because it's more visual and they need to inspect more? Or is it always comparing shopping? Never. Okay. Ooh, the rain effect happened.
Yeah.
I think my only, and again, I'm speaking from the design perspective, but I think the only caveat for me, Dylan, is when I'm surfacing products in a collection that are really high price point. Like, let's imagine this is about the 3 Peloton bike options, right? 2x2 gridding them at $3,000 when I need a little more info may not work as well. And then on this one, on the what was the brand called?
Spaze.
Spaze. On the Spaze one, I think that the one thing to think about with color contrast on those pricing modules. See, they even did it the way I said, Dylan. But again, this is not saying that they've actually tested this, because they probably
Well,
haven't.
they also only have 5 products.
Yeah, so it definitely depends on volume too. If you go back to Spaze,
Spaze here.
so the other thing to consider here, and I'd love your guys' take on this, but like, just like Dylan said, color contrast is huge, right? Your announcement bar is white on yellow. Your pricing is yellow on white. Regardless of color blindness, everyone's phone brightness is turned down because they're always saving their battery. You can't read shit. I can't see the price. Adding to cart from the collections page can work, but no one is adding to cart from a collections page on a $1,600 couch. They might add a bottle of dish soap to cart from a collection page. They're not adding $1,600 to cart from a thumbnail image and 1 measurement. It's not happening. So to me, it's just a burned click. It's useless information. And what you're going to see higher conversion if you drive to the product page. Like I don't even know the height of this yet. I don't know what the material is. I don't know anything.
Oh, one other thing I just saw. This right here is hyperlinked to the product page. Another thing, you do not need to split test this in the cart. Oh, cart moved. Maybe that's just the formatting. That is interessante. I would have a developer look into that if whoever's on Spaze wants to take a screenshot. That is a call your
Weird, it
developer,
didn't do it the first
CID.
time.
So this is hyperlinked to the product page. That means, again, they're in the cart, they're ready to buy, they can check out right here, but you are inviting them to go back and shop again. So that's like someone, your cashier, saying, hey, are you sure you want to buy that? Like, you can actually go look and see if there's other options there if you want to go back. That's literally what this hyperlink does. So
Dylan, if you,
what are your thoughts
Sorry.
on calculated at checkout and tax and shipping? What are your thoughts on that type of stuff?
there's actually something interesting, Dylan. I scrolled down a bit. It was here before. Under checkout, they had this, there it is. Now, again, shipping fees may be higher for various locations. The above is the estimated fee for the major cities we ship to. Cryptic, right? What are the major cities you ship to? Where's your inventory located? How would I
There's also
know?
no fee yet.
Yeah, and so why even have this tax and shipping? Everything about this, going back to Sean's point earlier, all you're doing is giving them reasons not to buy. Because there isn't a lot of text on the page, I'm gonna read it, and you're not giving me any clarity, especially for an item like this, where I'm spending, you know, over $1,000. Am I really gonna get this? And that's a question that so many customers are left with that wanna buy. Am I really gonna get this? And everything, all the indicators, all the signaling is, I can't tell you for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well
Heavy,
said.
big item.
Sean, I have one potential argument that I would love to argue about. Typically in carts, I remove the footer because like this might be a cart page itself. Cart and checkout, cut the footer completely. Yes, social proof is lovely here, but this is now distracting me. Like, oh, I hate this. Oh, wait, actually, I do need a rug. Hold on, let me buy a rug instead of this couch right here. Do you have, is there any content that you find to be valuable in the cart below the buttons? Or do you keep the footer in there as well?
So this is probably a little controversial, but pretty much everyone that gets an audit that has an actual cart page, not a slide-in cart and a cart page, we tell them to remove it. Like, to me, why would I click view cart here? What am I looking at right now? I'm looking at the cart. Why do I need to go to another cart? Like, it's so confusing to me. Unless I've got 75 things in cart and I need more detail, the idea of a cart page when there's a sliding cart is just stupid to me. I have no idea why it exists. And there might be a development reason, but there's no reason for the customer to have an action here to go to a cart. So the short answer, Dylan, is, in my opinion, there should only ever be a sliding cart. And after the checkout button, it should only be one or two maybe value props saying why they need to hit that checkout. Other than that, everything's gone. Footer, there's nothing else.
Ooh, no, 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 don't do that. No, no, no. Someone may not like something here. Get rid of that tomorrow, like right now. Like, go message your developer.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that.
Or-
There's a
or-
full screen. I don't even
Yeah.
know I'm in the checkout.
Yeah.
Or they see it and they're like, oh, they have lamps. I need a lamp. And now they're back out of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like these plants are nice. I forgot to get a hipster
Yeah,
plant.
Judge, not Gator. This is,
Yes.
do not activate the judge, my friends.
This is my old address. Don't send any. You can send people to my old house. Okay.
Here we go.
We're at time, but Ollie, you
Interesting.
want to
It's
give
good.
2 points on this
Yeah,
one?
just quickly, like, again, what's going on here? I can either choose, if I have more, first of all, if I have more than 2 flights, it looks like I'm out of luck. Right? So I made it this far, but I got 3 flights, so what do I do now? And
Well,
why,
you click
again,
instantly.
2 different options. What if I want assembly and I want the room? I'm not even sure what a room of choice is, right? Whose room of choice? The delivery man? My room of choice? So much here that again, I'm ready to buy. I've got every desire to close this deal, and you're not letting me do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good call. By the way, side note, Chase, I love having Avi on. This is rad because he has such a unique, specific expertise.
Yes.
Like for future ones, if anyone's a repeat how we buy, I would love some
Never-
feedback on this. But personally, for
Never
me,
talk about
this
this.
is
So
so
interesting.
well rounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, you got it. Boom.
Alrighty. Above the Fold King.
Why do you have a scrolling announcement bar like this? Automatically my eye is drawn there and not to your product and not to actually purchasing. First thing, is the Jan and Jewel logo messed up on the nav bar? Is that supposed to be, it feels like it's cut off, but it might be a cloud, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a cloud.
Why do you have all of these home accessories kits? Is this like all the way down the
That's
line?
breadcromms for SEO. So
Breadcrumbs,
imagine they're
okay.
working on SEO.
Okay.
On mobile, it might look different on the actual one, but
Yeah.
there's actually SEOs actually hate CROs in a funny way because
Yeah.
things that are good for SEO are traditionally not great for CRO, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So
well,
those are called breadcrumbs.
since I'm only in SEO, piss on that. Find a way to put it. Can we hide that? Like somewhere farther down the page? Is that possible? Or
It's
has
called
to?
Black Hat SEO, my friends. No.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
One note
See-
on that.
Go, Sean.
Sorry, just one note on the nav, just for everyone on the call, this is helpful. Whenever you're using icons for any purpose or buttons for any purpose, go and Google material design guidelines.
Ooh.
It's the standard for how Google does all spacing design. I mean, there's parameters for everything in the world for design on there, but their icon and button spacing is like second to none. And all it'll do is it'll just give you a little guideline of like how big the icons should be at minimum for clickable space, how much white space they each need, and it'll give you a little grid to set these up. But like what I'm getting at is these are all so close together, they don't meet that material design parameter and spacing. And so what happens is you get lots of accidental clicks, right? There's someone with fat thumbs goes up there and they click the Canada icon, they're hitting account. They go to hit cart, they're hitting search. It's every one of those accidental clicks, you're just watching conversion drop because you're wasting their time. Anytime you waste someone's time, you're frustrating them. If you're frustrating them, your conversion is going down. So just, it's an easy fix. It's a simple thing, but just go in, figure out how they fit into that material design kind of template, and then just update the spacing.
Yeah, that's well said. So material design, Sean, I'm not much of a bragger in any way. Chase can back me up on this. I did do some consulting for Jonathan Lee, who did create material design. That's a super nerd flex.
Just
Jonathan,
to audit that statement, I would say you are quite the bragger.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chase, back him up on that one.
That was the biggest lie I've ever heard
Yeah,
you tell.
no. That I'm saying that was a shameless one. It's just like a UX thing. Like no one knows material design. I've literally, other than my fiance, who's a product designer, never in my entire career heard someone reference material design. Which is, I look at it like probably once a week, maybe.
Yeah. It's an amazing repository.
It's unreal. Yeah, if any of you guys are UX nerds out there like we are, material design, it's if you guys don't know what a design system is, actually, Sean, do you want to give a little deviation of what a design system is? I don't know anyone in ecom really that has it, but why not give it like a 30-second just for fun?
I just put material guidelines in there. You can just nerd out if you feel like going through there, anyone. But yeah, the design system is just, it's this like, how does your brand extend into digital and refining and detailing all those parameters, right? So like in this nav, there would be the spacing guidelines, the sizing of each of those icons, the fact that the cart's yellow instead of blue. No, right? They should all be the same. Maybe even that Canadian flag should be styled. Like you set up your guidelines so that anytime anyone uses it, you pass it to a dev for a landing page, everything that they're executing meets everything executed on your site, because consistency is what builds trust in brands, right? You don't see the Nike logo in different fucking shapes on their shoes, right? It's the same no matter what. If it isn't, that shoe goes in the trash. It's the same with your UI system, right? Nothing should exist on your site that isn't consistent, because that's what builds trust.
especially for
And
smaller
one
brands.
thing is also brand guidelines versus a design system, right? That's
Yeah.
a very different thing. But yeah, I think we could, in ecom, Shopify makes it easy to just drag and drop and they kind of make a design system for you. But anyone want to go through and actually rip apart this page right here? Or should we go straight to checkout because we spent a bunch of time, Chase? You are
Let's go
our
to
ring.
Yeah, let's just scroll down just a bit just to see the buy box and then we'll go.
Yeah. So first thing, these scrolls, I've been seeing this on heatmap.com as well on a lot of data. These scrolls do not work well. These zooms, I'd assume that like, well, this is just for desktop. This is like annoying as I'm going like this. I don't want to see your design. Another thing I saw too, this is a way better product image. Oh, I wish he wasn't wearing this. See, I can't even look on it. So I wish he was not wearing the sunglasses, so it looked like that very specifically, but humans like seeing humans. If there was no sunglasses here, maybe you get someone to Photoshop it. Perfect. 10 out of 10, 1000%. Beautiful, perfect product image. Same with the hero image that it would be like theoretically on your homepage. I know you probably have a lot of accessories and stuff, but that's something that's really huge. These, I like, if I look at this, I'm gonna say the D word. It looks like a little bit of drop shipping, which is okay. Drop shipping is a business model and how you fulfill. And I'm sure Avi has a lot of words for it, but in fulfillment, like this is just, it looks kind of 2016 a bit, these types of graphics. So I would go through and pay audit to upgrade these ones. That's what I would go ahead and do. Also, this free shipping that's right here. I'm sure everyone's got some words to say on that. And another thing as well, it's not great to separate your price from the add to cart button. It's actually, these should be very close to each other. So I would either put this
Yeah,
add to cart button here or
Love
take
that.
that
Okay.
price and put it down here.
I would bring the add to cart above all of this extra information, so that you can get there, because hopefully just by the images and the seeing all the ratings, you are ready to make a decision. If you need to go have any sort of kind of extra about the product itself, then it's below there and you can make a decision from there. I would bring
Bill,
add to
like,
cart
what's
and
your-
size
also-
above that.
This is killing my heart, guys.
I was
You're
gonna say, would
you're
you do that?
literally right here getting the add to cart, and
Yeah.
you're literally encouraging people to go shop for other things. Please,
Yeah,
move.
that's a post add to cart. Like let's do an upsell in like a post, yeah, in checkout. Don't do that.
Oh, for the love of money, get rid of these immediately. And I'm sure this is for SEO purposes that you guys are trying to interlink to go to the back ones. I'm sure. I know it. I bet a heatmap.com hat on it. For sure. Let's go through checkout really quickly and then rock and roll because we are not good at finding ooh. I'm assuming we don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'd rather see view cart.
Is
This is what Sean was saying. He doesn't like having its own cart page.
what
It should
happens if
just
you hit the
go
cart icon up top?
here? Yeah, this should be going straight to checkout. I'm just gonna go to see, and again, the coupon. That's
Yeah.
nifty.
It's like I need a coupon. Let me go get one.
And also
Oh, wow.
free
This is a
shipping
party.
at 75 plus here. This is gonna make me feel like crud that I'm
Avi, take it
know?
away, man. This looks like
Oh my
This
God.
this is, yeah, he's
I
licking his
gotta
chops.
tell you guys, you can literally pick up any website and we can do this. To you, it's like, wow, this is unusual. One after the other after the other. This is crazy. Why am I gonna go from Brooklyn to Richmond, British Columbia to pick this thing up, or Vancouver? Like nothing here even makes sense. I don't know where to begin.
Avi, this is why we do how we buy, because we pick up websites and we do this. This is what we love. So let's rock and roll to the next one, Chase.
Yeah.
Grabbing it now. It
No,
would
I'm
be-
ahead of it. I've learned the system.
Oh, dude, you are the system. Inda.
No, operations is not my strength. You know that, Chase.
All right, we're on Inda clothing.
Avi, you haven't done one on the front end yet.
Yeah, take it
Oh,
away.
well, I'll only do it on the front end if you guys do it on the back end.
You
Deal.
got it. Deal.
I'm
Yo, you
I'm
taught us.
learning from you. No,
Yeah.
no, but you left. There was something there on the banner, free shipping. Oh, it's too fast for me. New collection, but there was free shipping
Yeah,
on US orders of 250, right? Free international shipping.
yeah, that makes you feel bad.
Again, right. So don't make me show me the options relevant to me, or don't show me options at all.
Yeah, I would geolocate, actually. There's a couple of Shopify plugins that do
We do
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do it too. Yeah. It's
Use pretty
important.
damn quick and do that.
Yeah, either way.
Also, what do we say about videos, gentlemen?
No fly zone.
One thumb up, two thumbs up, one thumb down, two thumbs down. Sean,
I'm in the middle.
I'm 90% of the way with you, Dylan, but there's certain things that a video does so much value to, like products we've seen, that it just does such a better job. If
Does
it's
a
the
does a
product.
video work or a GIF work? Like
GIF.
I'm curious because
I've seen GIFs work
GIFs
really
work.
well.
I think video, a lot of people lean on the visual too much and not on the utility of the visual. And I see GIFs because it's a little more condensed, be
Yeah.
super impactful. So I guess what would your caveat be on videos that work, guys?
The
I would
only
say,
time
like,
that
the-
I
Oh, sorry.
recommended, sorry, I'm talking over someone. The only time I recommended, like if we go back to that furniture company, Spage or
Space.
Phase, like that couch, half of it was reclined down to the floor and folded out. Like if there was a GIF just showing that it started normal and it extends out, instead of just being like, oh, it's just kind of a half 2-level couch. It's like, it communicates everything I need in a looping GIF, right? So there's just certain products that it shows a better identity of the product. Like, I don't need to see a bathing suit move to know what a bathing suit looks like on a woman or a man. So like, for me, it's more, this is more of like a brand play and not a, communication play. So it's a little different. But I mean, the video is not the issue here. The issue here is that damn button is not a friggin' button. Looks like subtext or like a terms and conditions text. It's so small. And
Yeah, and also instead of a search bar, it says the word search, which I've never seen before.
I mean, generally pairing text with icons is more effective and gets more clicks, but it doesn't have the icon, so it gets.
I'm not saying it doesn't work. I've just looked at thousands of websites and never seen it before.
Yeah.
I think one overall statement for apparel is, and I used to do this in my past agencies, you have like the brand team take it as far as the website, right? And brand designers are great, but the problem is these sites look like lookbooks. So it looks beautiful, but there's nowhere you're pushing people and staying focused. So they'll build a website, people are like, this is great, it looks like a great brand. It might work for like the largest apparel brands in the world because people will figure out how to convert on their website. But for brands that aren't a household name yet, it's like, just there's certain places you've got to push people, and it can't just be all imagery videos of like lifestyle throughout the site. So that's one of the things we see. It's like, usually a brand design team that takes it over and they don't have conversion, like any knowledge of kind of like what people are looking for at the right places in the journey. So just across apparel, just be careful with that.
Well, Dylan, what was the font size on that hyperlink that you clicked on? It was really small.
Yeah, that's why Sean was saying it's like terms and conditions.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys anywhere on your website, yeah, look at that. If you guys have anywhere on your website text that is less than 14-point font, immediately bump it to 14-point font, if not 16. Just it's so hard to read and it looks bad. It looks like you're hiding something. Also with prices. Barry Hott, shout out if you're listening for any reason. But I'm disagreeing. Typically on a lot of luxury websites that are expensive, they have really small prices. Like the price is small, and then on cheaper products, not that they're bad, but like lower ticket products, the price is really large. It looks like you're hiding something if it's small. So it's like terms and conditions, never do that. So what's that?
I was just gonna say, it's a good example of what you were referencing earlier, Dylan, of the difference between a brand guideline and your design system.
Yeah.
The brand guideline is supposed to be this guiding light of how things should feel, really, right? And a lot of them are built off of how the brand lives in print. Very few extend into digital. And when it extends into digital and that design system you're building, it has to account for accessibility. Most brand guidelines that are the brand focused, that don't focus on anything accessibility, right? So like this fact that the headline and the button are roughly 25% the size of the headline, I guarantee that's in their brand guideline. But when it comes into digital, that doesn't work because now your font size is too small. So you have to have a separate area of your brand that's just, how does it live in digital for accessibility?
Hey,
One
Sean,
thing also to note, I mean, you mentioned the price before, but you know, you look at how much these cost, what's the right?
88.
$88. So I don't know that you want to have on the advertise on the homepage that your free shipping comes at $250 for bathing suits. Like,
Yeah. Also, always have these below the ads card button. Always. Yeah, this text is so small. I love Bali. I miss Bali every day. Go Bali. Yeah. So all this text, I mean, we don't need to kill it. If you guys just increase that, awesome. Let's just go to
Yeah,
cart.
the car. Yeah, we're at time on that one. So.
Ooh,
Okay.
one thing here. Sean, rip it apart. What do we not see here?
I mean, I've never met a human being that's bought something without seeing the price. I mean, I guess super rich people,
Yep.
but like, who the heck is buying anything without seeing price? Like, could you imagine walking around a retail store and there's just no price tags? Like, watch me walk.
I think there's a concept of that where like you pay what you think it's worth. Or you go to those coffee shops, but that doesn't work on on digital where people are like it's a
Yeah,
very
no,
transactional
I'm all
relationship.
for upselling the top with the bottom.
Yeah.
But like, come on, you got to motivate me and you got to be communicating.
Yeah. This is they're getting too cute with it here. Like
Yeah.
like let's go little DR.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, that text at the
Don't
top.
send
Bobby, I'm
people to my
interested in
right
your,
address.
Go up to the
Okay,
text
so
at the top?
here we're at a 3-step.
sorry. The very top. What's your
Yeah.
take
Oh,
on
God.
text at the top, Bobby?
What is that?
Wow.
Oh, wait, that's clickable. Oh
oh
no.
man,
Oh no, for the love of money, get rid of that.
Let me ask you, Bobby.
anytime you have small text on these pages, and I guess you guys know better than I do, but it's just it's small text. It's the fine text that no one wants to be dealing with any more than you have to read your FAQs to understand what your shipping policy is.
Rip it
So
apart.
actually, 3 options. Okay, that's a start, right? And they're somewhat logical. But what if I had a bad experience with UPS? Why even tell me it's going out UPS? And what if you need to change last minute to FedEx? A lot of brands do this also. Unnecessary. Don't name the delivery service. Customers don't care. Just tell me when I'm going to get it.
I love that.
that was my question is like, they mentioned USPS, UPS, FedEx. It's like, do people actually have like an affinity for a specific shipping?
No, and actually, you might guess wrong. You know, you have no idea of what I got this
Where's
morning.
DHL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great
And
point.
also,
point.
I'll tell you something else that's interesting here. You see the weird numbers, 979, 1872, 4617. I bet if you come back in a few hours, those numbers will change because it's plugged
Oh.
into live rates. So it feels a little bit like gambling.
Yeah.
And customers will do that. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. Another one of those
little
like
little tricks. So I'm gonna start playing around with them. I see those random numbers. So do you recommend generally people just have flat rate?
yeah,
And-
so I'd say either flat rate or what we do with our live rates is we let you fix it to a fixed rate.
Okay.
So
Okay.
round up, round down, but
Yeah.
make it look fixed. Otherwise, you really feel like a bit of a casino sense
Yeah.
where if I refresh the page, it's going to change and it likely will.
Are you
I
generally
I
seeing
do
this
love
more-
gambling.
Well, you found the site.
Yeah.
Hey, quick question from the chat. Shoppable videos, especially in apparel. Dylan, what are your thoughts on
Oh,
shoppable?
absolutely. Use videowise.com. They're incredible. I've tested all of them. Shoppable videos are great. They're really hard to build on your own site native. Like they're super complicated. So I wouldn't recommend it. I've tried it before for a client and like, they're like, we want to build our own. I was like, guys, pay $100 a month, please. I beg of you. Like the ROI will be like 7 years here on what it takes to build. So don't recommend. So shoppable videos are a big heck yes from me. One big tip from the founder conversion wise, those shoppable videos as UGC right below the add to cart button actually is great, because like that, like I actually thought it was BS until like he's like, yeah, they actually work really well here. I'm like, that totally goes against traditional CRO measures. I tested it, I was totally wrong. So it's like having the buy button, they're about to, they're like, one more testimonial. Yeah, I'm convinced. And then they go in and buy. The conversion rate of clicking those shoppable videos right below the add to cart button was even higher than the conversion rate on the add to cart button, which was
Wow.
huge and wild. So
Crazy.
shoppable videos, put them as your testimonials on your homepage. Product page, put them right below the add to cart button. And then for landing pages, I recommend not having them on there. I actually recommend no videos on landing pages, unless they're like explainer videos. Like I would keep it just to simple testimonials on landing pages.
Question on this checkout, and more for Avi and Dylan. For me, when I land on my cart, I love to be able to confirm quickly what's in my cart. Is there any merit to having that top part expanded when you land here, or is that gonna hurt?
I
So
would have
again-
it default expanded.
Without the discount code, right? Again, it's there again.
So you would show what's in cart, but just don't have any other crap in there.
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah,
that
I would
can
cut it right
lead
here,
to
right,
discount.
Avi? We would
Yeah.
like just have Harmony bottom. Yeah, that makes sense. And anything weird on payment, yeah, it just opens up. Cool. Awesome. So I do have to run a couple minutes early, so I got time for one more, but you guys are more than welcome to stay.
No, we'll just close it after the one, and we can maybe answer some questions in the chat. So
We got a Canadian brand for you Canadian gentlemen.
Nice. Personalized luggage.
Team audit.
Okay, first thing I noticed, the carousel images are different sizes and it's making the gallery and content move. Never, ever, ever want something, one, to be automated like that, and two, for it to be moving your content and actions. Because if I scroll down right now, I guarantee if you scroll to the add to cart, and there's no add to cart, are we on, this is the homepage. What are we on? Oh, it's the homepage. Sorry, I thought that was a product gallery. Same feedback though. There's no reason for this to be a gallery, and there's no reason for it to be the headline and the images on the
Yeah.
same gallery. Like it again.
but they
So,
should have some sort of CTA here, relatively close, so that people can go take an action. I mean, you have to scroll.
Yeah, it's a
something.
bit overwhelming completely.
Yeah, there's no image either. There's no hero image. The hero
Yeah,
image is the
trapped in
headline.
the gallery.
Yeah, that's
Kind of weird.
a no fly.
Yeah.
Submit this for a free trial, whoever put this in there on audit site, and I'll redesign it for you.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Ooh. Sean's 10 fingers himself. Those are the
And then I've got you in my grips, and I'll be selling you so much more audit stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
they-
we knew it was
No,
coming.
I promise
We knew
I'll
it was
email you
coming.
once.
This guy.
Then I'll
so
be
it's
in your
also
inbox.
personalized, which is what I'm looking like. I did not know. So unique luggage for unique people. That just sounds like any luggage company.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so funny. My dog's name is Wilson. But
That's
yeah,
a good reference image just to show that you can get photos on it.
yeah, like I would have probably, like I don't often recommend a subheadline in a collections page. This is like one of those outliers where there's been nothing on the site that really shows me that it's customizable. So, you know, your favorite cat, I would imagine that this is just this cat, unless I'm able to, yeah, 2 steps to order. Additional decoration? What's that? Yeah, you got to pick the file, pattern, blue. And then it doesn't also auto update for these different colors, which is no bueno. I would also recommend removing the word only, because there's 2 steps to order. Typically there's only one. So I wouldn't have only 2 steps to order. I would just make it 2 steps to order. And then a colon right here, just so they keep reading subconsciously. Select size. What I would actually do, maybe hot take, feel free to push back, guys. I would, this step 2, collapse the whole thing, right? So this add to cart, quantity selector, this right here, I would have that all right here. But they click this and then it opens this. So it's actually engaging instead of pushing everything all the way down. This
Yeah.
also looks like a button. But yeah, that's what I would actually recommend here, because you're buried in this like 2, almost 3 screens down. So that's what I'm thinking. Not sure what you guys are thinking as well.
No, I would agree with that. I think there's whenever it's like a customization, it can be a lot more beneficial to break up how overwhelming the experience can feel. So whether that's an accordion that pops it after you make first selection, or a tabbed top, right, where it's step 1, step 2, and it's taking you through. It's kind of like when you're filling out a form online, right? The more they break it up, it just feels like less work, even though it's not.
Yeah.
And the same goes for this type of stuff, within reason.
Yeah. So whoever this is, please go get an audit. I think it would be really beneficial. Like here, the messaging is really not too off. There's not too much to message. Like I like these look good. Although customizing should be over shipping. Well, fast and free is actually really good. Instead of saying free shipping, fast and free shipping. That's actually a good one. Handmade with love. No one cares if it's made with love or not. They just care that it was made to spec of what they paid for. So I would probably do customized to literally anything you want. But please get an audit. It will help you so much, tremendously. Let's do cart and then let's call it on a day. Oh, I would have to upload a photo here. So yeah, give your thoughts here on this, Avi, and then otherwise we are.
Tell you what I'm curious about. It's a personalized site. It actually says if you're reading it right, I'm used to this on personalized sites, you're not going to get it in 3 to 4 days. It's going to ship in 3 to 4 days. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I know we can't go through the process, but how long it actually takes. And many times you've made it to checkout and then it says arrives in 2 weeks. And there's a disconnect between what your expectation was, which is when they get it out by, and when you'll receive it by. Again, business days, non-business days, there's a lot of that confusion going on. So without really seeing what's there, the question is, are you really going to get it in a couple of days, or how do they handle that on checkout? Same with shipping. If it's a personalized item, let me choose. And this raises kind of another point, which is like gifting. If this is a gift item, which it reasonably can be, then have a calendar. Let them choose a date and have it arrive on that date, especially if you're not shipping it immediately. So things like that could make a big impact.
Love it. Before you go, anyone, no one's allowed to leave. Number 1, I hope this was useful and enjoyable for you guys. Number 2, CRO rocks. If you don't enjoy CRO, I don't know why you stayed this long. It's awesome. We've got 2 incredible companies and 1 mediocre company. No, I'm kidding. 3 awesome companies, which is Pretty Damn Quick. Actually, I installed Pretty Damn Quick on one of my clients, Latico Leathers. Ben is a very good friend. So performance increased tremendously by using Pretty Damn Quick. To be honest, Pretty Damn Quick is not as loud in the industry as they should be, but super effective. This is coming from, I am not affiliated. I'm not an investor. I'm not getting paid for this. This is all for fun. That's number 1. Number 2, most of you guys know who Audit is. Best in the game at UX. There's no one I'd rather mock up than these guys. Like every single client that I have that needs specific UX work, more so than messaging, copywriting, just like there's literally no one better in the world than these 2 gentlemen. They're not a solo company. They've got incredible designers I've worked with before. And lastly, we've got king of CRO over here in my top left. Chase is the founding CMO of heatmap.com. It's the only heat map in the world that has revenue attribution on every element on your site. Coming soon with AI that will blow your minds every single week. It'll be the only heat map in the world that tells you how to optimize your website. So with that, Chase, if you want to drop emails there, oh my God, Zoom is
That's a perfect finish.
yeah. Ta-da!
Yeah, Avi, what's the
Um,
best way? What's the best way to get a hold of you if people want to chat? Because this is one of
Yeah.
the, this is honestly one of the
It's-
funnest ones we've done because we never
It's-
go to checkout and it's so pivotal.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was really a blast. It's avi@prettydamnquick.com.
Also, Avi's probably one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my life. So if you have a chance to chop it up with him on a call, I highly recommend. I've only talked to him a few times, but salt of the earth. human.
We did a pre-call and we talked about this call for 2 minutes and we talked about life for 28 minutes and we're like, oh, we should talk about business for a second. So
when I first met Avi, I was like, oh, you're the pretty damn quick guy. And then I think we literally did not speak about business after that. So he's a really hard seller. That's why I feel like I had to sell for him. But really awesome. Everyone, have a great day.
Good job, guys.
Howie,
Thank you.
bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Another in the books.
Thanks so
Thanks so much.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks.
everyone.
Bye-bye.